Okay, this is what we have now. This is our reserved stitch between the front sleeve and the back sleeve. This is what our stitches look like. We have marker stitch. This is our increase. It's being treated just like a stitch. This is our closest to the edge of the sleeve twinned stitch. This is the stitch that's behind. Because the stitch goes this way, we want to trap this stitch. We're going to knit this by putting this loop on the needle first. So we'll put that on the needle, put this on the needle so it's the first thing on the needle, and then we'll knit these two. That is that side of the sleeve. This side of the sleeve is the exact opposite. This is our marker and then our first stitch and our increase, and this is our first loop stitch, and the legs of it, or the threads for it, go back that way. So what we want to do is put this on the needle, put this on the needle, and then knit those two together. And that is going to make sure that when we do this whole process, we end up with no holes. So let's knit that, and I'll show you what's going on. I am at the start of the sleeve cap. I have two stitches that this is the stitch and the increase, the forward increase we work, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to knit the original stitch that I made the twin stitch in, and this loop, this short row turn loop, is the one we will handle differently. That was our original stitch. This was our increase on the when we set it up. This is the original stitch for the short row turn. It gets knit normally. This stitch gets knit underneath this purl bump. So we have to get them oriented on the needle the same direction. So I'm going to put leading leg in front. I'm picking up, now you're going to probably do this from the back unless you're left-handed. I am picking up the purl bump. See, I picked up the purl bump. Slide both of those back to the other needle, and I'm going to knit two together. There we go. Knit the two together, just like that. We're going to repeat that all the way across. Knit two and work the short row turn loop. There's one, there's two. I want to make sure the leading leg is in front. Pick up the purl bump of the next stitch, slide them both back to the other needle, and knit two together. Knit one, knit the original stitch, make sure this is leading leg in front, pick up the purl bump, slide those both back to the other needle, and knit two together. I had to double check that my orientation was correct. Knit two together. There's that. And we're going to do it again. Knit one, knit the original stitch, that's this one right here. Make sure the leading leg is in front. Pick up the purl bump of the next stitch. Got it. Slip those both back to the other needle and knit two together. There we go. This is the last stitch we do this on. Knit and knit. Oops, I split that one. Alright, here is the short row turn loop, leading leg in front, pick up the purl bump, slip them, knit two together. Alright, that side's done, and that's what it looks like. No holes. We've done all that with no holes. Knit this is our reserve stitch. Now, on this side of the shoulder, everything is in reverse. We've got to make sure that this is leading leg and back. This is our loop, our short row turn loop. It has to be leading leg and back. We have to pick up the purl bump behind us and knit those two together. Then, just like the other, we're going to knit two. Watch your stitch orientation to make sure you're knitting through the leading leg. Whoops, split that one. Here is our short row turn loop. We've got to make sure we have the leading leg and back. Reach back and pick up that purl bump and knit the two together. Knit two and repeat. Make sure our short row turn loop has leading leg and back. Reach back and pick up that purl bump and knit the two together. Knit two and repeat. Here is our loop. Make sure it's leading leg in front. Pick up the purl bump and knit two. And we have one more to do. Now, this is interesting. See how our short row turn loop is right here, so we've got to get that back out where it belongs. We know we need to have the leading leg and back, so we can do this in one operation. There we go, leading leg and back. Reach back and pick it up. If you let the stitches to stay twisted, you're going to have holes, and you don't want holes. You want a nice clean line of join for what's going to be the sleeve cap. And this is the stitch where we paired it together to deal with our tail. And that's it. That's the sleeve. You can get rid of this. You don't need this anymore. And that's it. That's how the sleeve is done. It looks really good.